how you doing? So you guys was so like sweet and responsive to my videos in regards to anxiety and depression, and some of you guys shared some of, you know, your situations and whatnot, if it was via in the comments or in, you know, private messages. I do appreciate that. And I wanted to just talk about the benefits of seeing a therapist. You know, there's so many benefits, but I want to share with you my top 3. Like, I have experienced so much with talking to a therapist. I know some people may say, oh, talking to a therapist, you're crazy, you're a nut job, you're this, you're that. But in all reality, you're not. Because trust me, everybody needs to let things out. I know for me, things that I may have experienced, you know, especially within the Black community, it's like whatever happens in your home stays in your home. Nobody knows your business. We deal with our family issues. Yeah, that's fine. You can definitely do that. But sometimes when you have issues that go on and you may not want to talk to somebody, you need somebody who is just like not biased. You need somebody that's neutral and somebody who just wants to hear, listen, and give you not pretty much advice, but give you techniques on how to get through what you're suffering. And some people feel like going to a therapist, they're going to give you advice on how to handle something. That's not even the case. They're not going to give you the advice. Okay, well, guess what? You're sad about this because this happened in your life. Do this, and cut everybody off. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to give you things that you can do, techniques and things like that. That's what I'm experiencing. Because, you know, it's about setting boundaries. So for me, let me not get into like being a therapist. I'm not a therapist at all. Shit. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting the freaking therapy myself. But for me, I find it one benefit is I'm able to dump everything. Just think about how us ladies who carry book bags, purses, big tote bags, and you know, just think about when you dump that bag out on your bed, right? Boom. All that stuff falls out on the bed. Either you like, woo, girl, I got this bag cleaned out. I'm gonna go through this stuff and I'm just gonna get everything straight. Or you gonna feel like anxiety, like, oh God, I gotta go through this stuff. It's either or. So for me, it's like a dump. Or like a brain dump. I'm dumping everything out. And I'm picking to choose if I want to take something that I dumped out and put back in, or if I want to keep it out. You know, pretty much. Or if I want to figure out a way how to deal with it. Because some things you do want to, you know, bring back in. You know, it just all depends. But sometimes you have to get it out so you can figure out how you're going to match these pieces to the puzzle up. If that makes any sense. I'm giving you from my brain, okay? This is Kelly's brain, how it's working. So that's how my brain works. So for me, I'm able to pretty much pour out what's in my heart and what's in my brain. Because again, my brain can't hold but so much. I need to pretty much put other things in my brain I need to work on. I need to be at the forefront. But if I got worries and problems and stressors all in the forefront, I can't function. So I need to get those out. You know, if you get them out on paper, if you get them out talking to someone, and just also be mindful of who you talk to. Because if you talk to a professional, again, they're not going to be judgmental by any means. So be mindful of who you talk to, because you may talk to someone thinking that it's a safe place to talk, and it still might be a safe place to talk, but then some people give their opinions, and their opinions can then make a trigger in you that you didn't even want. And people may think they're doing things, and they may think they're doing them to be helpful and not to be harmful, but in all reality, it is harmful. And you also got to remember too, when you talk to other people, they going through stuff too. So energy bounces off of other people. So you got to be mindful of that, where you want your energy to be and whatnot like that. You know, that whole saying, protect your peace, protect your energy. You gotta be mindful, you know. And it could be somebody that you love dearly. You know, love dearly. You know, you don't want to see no harm. You don't want to harm them. You got all good vibes for them. But sometimes you have to be very mindful of who you talk to, because it can definitely shift your whole mind, right? So my first benefit is pretty much you're able to brain dump everything out, and you're able to, once you brain dump it out with the therapist, even if you're writing or they're writing, now you have all of this information on a piece of paper. I'm gonna use this little perfume thing here. So now you have all that stuff that you wrote down or you said on this paper out your head. Now you have room, and you'll be surprised how you feel after you said all of that. You're probably gonna feel shocked, because I'm gonna be honest, I was like, oh God, I really had a lot on my head. I really had a lot on my mind. On my head. I really had a lot on my mind. And I really was carrying so much weight. So it made me feel better to really put things down on paper. And I'm thinking things that I can write on paper. It helped me to just pretty much clear my mind. And it's not going to be easy the first time. It's not. But it just makes you feel like you can just get certain things off your mind and off your chest. And then now you're going to figure out how you're going to navigate through these things. Because some things you just can't, like, say, I'm done with. Because sometimes them things come back. So you have to pick and choose. The second benefit for me, and that will possibly work for you, is you will be able to set boundaries. And that was something that I did not know how to do. And I felt like if I did, I was hurting feelings. And I'm a kind of person who shuts down. If I feel you may have upset me in a way, pissed me off, you said I didn't like, and I felt like it might not have been geared towards me and it was still said to me, I'm going to shut down. Because I'm going to feel like that shouldn't have been said. And I know some people may say, Kelly, well, why you just don't say nothing? I shouldn't have to say anything because that should have never came to me. So I'm learning how to set boundaries, something that I did not know how to do before. And it's amazing because saying no, not that it's hard for me to say no, because I say no, but sometimes you get like a weak spot and you want to help people. You tend to do certain things for people thinking they will appreciate it. They appreciate it for the moment, but then later on they're like, whatever. That has happened to me. And you sitting back, you're like, but hey, well, what about, not to be throwing it in their face like what you did for them, but what about what we were working out? I was helping you, gonna get this on track, get that on track, and now you're gonna, pretty much you're gonna vanish on me. So now, and then when the person comes back again, I'm about to go skip. The person comes back, and after you help them and they vanished on you, they want help again. And I know how to say, no, I cannot help you, without me feeling bad. I don't got to give them a reason why I can't help them. I don't have to give them any explanation. Just no. And they will, I don't care if they don't respect my no or my boundary, or I can give them I can give them an explanation on the reason why I'm saying no, but I'm at a point now I'm like, because you know what, I'm coming to realize how much stress I've put on myself. And it's okay to worry about other people, but when other people don't worry about you, it's not a mutual thing. It could be hard. Not that you're doing anything for, if you do something for someone, they do it back for you. What's that? Tit for tat, or doing something in return for something. I forgot how that saying goes, but you guys get what I'm saying. I'm not doing that, but it's pretty much understanding that I have to worry about myself at this point, because I helped you. You took that for granted. So now I'm sitting here stressed out on somebody's freaking virtual couch, and you're still living your best life. So at the end of the day, I'm going to worry about myself so I can live my best life. So I'm giving you information without giving you all the information, but I'm trying to give you an example of, how I'm setting boundaries now for myself. I'm saying no, and I understand before I could have done this a long time ago, but I had a thing where I felt like I had to do it, and I had to do it because of other reasons. But setting boundaries are really, really big, and my therapist really helped me with the wording of it, because I couldn't see the logic of the whole thing of setting boundaries. I was like, what do you mean by setting boundaries? And I know what it means, but then it was like, how do you set boundaries with people? And I get it, I understand. It may sound so like I'm acting juvenile, but even like in relationships, you set your boundaries of what you will tolerate and what you can't tolerate. So that's the same thing if you do even with friends and family, even workplace situations. You put your boundaries. So I'm coming to realize in these last several months that I've been in therapy. How long have I been in therapy? I don't even remember. I have to check that. I know it's been over 2 or 3 months, but I see a difference not only in myself. I see a difference in how people respond to me, and I see a difference in just the overall the way the universe spins, if I shall say. My third benefit of seeing a therapist, my therapist really, really helped me in creating habits. Now, I did purchase the book Atomic Habits that I did not finish, but my therapist recommended me another book that I'm not going to share because it was a part of my session. I have 2 books that I have. Oh God. So my therapist recommended me to read 2 books. So I'm only doing like maybe 5 pages a day, and I do a chapter a week. And that's one book, I do a chapter a week. Because that's a part of my process. And that's a nice little thick book, but it has very fine writing. And my other book is a shorter book, larger writing, but I only do like 5 pages. Well, yeah, 5 pages front and back. So I don't do 1, 2, 3, 4. So really 2.5 pages. So I'll do that a night or every other night, or when I feel like. If I don't do it, it's okay. I won't get a pat on my hand, nothing like that. But it's just for me to create habits. So I'm creating different little habits in my space, in my home, and for me, because that provides structure. Now, I do have structure in my home. I do have structure, in my life. But sometimes you just need a little bit more to kind of just tighten the belt some. Not that you need military, but some things you just need, because especially when you suffer with anxiety and you suffer with depression. And I'm gonna put the anxiety piece, because both, one hand wash the other with that, because the depression brings on the anxiety. But with the anxiety, you need things to be in place, because if things are not in place, you tend to go bonkers. You don't want to go bonkers. So it helps me create. My therapist has helped me create additional habits that I already had, and I've definitely see the benefits of it. One of my girlfriends, we talked about having your room to be really, really clean, tidy it up, things like that, and keeping things a really, really good neutral color. Believe it or not, a lot of furniture in my house is brown and black, and I had a black comforter, and I didn't realize, even though I like the color, I wore the color a lot, it played an effect on my attitude, or how I felt. It kept me, because I like to keep my room dark, or so forth and so on. But I wound up I still kept my furniture in my room, which is black, but I went and got me white comforter, white sheets, white throw pillows, a nice soft gray like throw blanket to go over my bed, and I took the dark curtains off my window, and I got some really nice smelling candles just to kind of break up my room. And let me tell you, and you keep your room clean, like, even if you I'm not a super neat freak by any means. So again, habits going into this. I'm not super clean, not clean, super neat freak at all. I'm not. Everything doesn't have to be in like if you come to my house and that candle that you saw on the table was over here, but meanwhile I'm like, no, gotta go over here. No, that's not me. I'm not one of those. But you want things to be in place. But that alone helped me with my anxiety, and it helped me sleep better. So now I'm in the process of taking out all my furniture in my room. Well, not quite yet. I'm probably gonna do it for the new year, and that'll be on my vision board on how I want to do my bedroom. And I'm gonna probably do everything to be white and gray, soft gray, because I want to definitely have that nice, soft, cozy feel, versus it to be something more dark. And if I do happen to think about something, that darkness can really take you down, so I don't want that. So I have to do what helps me. So yeah, so that's what I really want to share with you guys. I hope I wasn't all over the place. Like I said before, me talking about my anxiety and my depression, it really, really helps me. One lady has said in the comments, I need to reply back to her. She told me that I was brave for sharing, my anxiety and my depression. And I thank you. I don't, I feel like, a lot of women probably don't want to talk about it. They want to keep it to themselves or whatever, but it's okay. Like I told my man's sister-in-law that I suffer with anxiety and depression. She's a clinical social worker, and she's seen me several times, and she's seen me how I act in public and how I talk to people or whatever the case may be. And she said to me, when I actually told her that, it was yesterday, matter of fact, she said, I would have never picked that up from you. And she said, I'm a clinical social worker. I would have never picked that up from you. She said, you really cover it up well. And that's the problem, knowing how to cover up something, or only certain people will know, my mood swings, if I'm in my highs, I'm in my lows. A person who pays attention to me will know that. If you don't pay attention to me, you will not know my highs and my lows. Like right now, I'm in a really, really good space because one, I'm seeing a therapist. Prior to that, my lows would display in certain areas, but seeing a therapist, I don't want to get into all of that. Seeing a therapist is not a bad thing. It's a really, really good thing. And like I mentioned earlier, there's so many other benefits, but these are the three that really popped out to me that's really, really important to me. And it was pretty much, having a routine, brain dumping, and setting boundaries. Those were really, really important to me because a lot of my anxiety and depression came from me not setting boundaries. And I had to learn how to do that to really people that were really, really close to me. So that helped me a lot. You don't want to hurt people that are really, really close to you. So I needed help to navigate through that. And it's still something that I need help with. But I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat, that I have anxiety and I, have depressions at moments, so it's what it is, ladies. It's what it is. We human, and we deal with so much. And I will definitely say the pandemic has heightened mine. I already, it's there and everything like that. And to be honest, prior to the pandemic, I did not see a therapist. I saw a therapist one time before, but I felt like once I brained up, I was good. I can conquer this. Back to what I was saying before. This is my issue. I got this. I know how to handle this. That's where I was. But when I actually realized, when the pandemic came, I had to see something, or get somebody more professional to help me with these things that was going on in my head. So yeah. But yeah, ladies, so I hope I shedded some light, or I helped someone, or someone, you know, understood me a little bit. I hope. But my battery's getting ready to die. I don't want to not end this video off really nice and sweet. So I want to say hey to all my new subscribers. Hey to all my loyals. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll catch you in my next video. And thank you guys for being so supportive. Bye.